Hello, everyone, and welcome to edition 97, the 97th edition of Locking It Down with Lucy. Oh my god, we are getting up there in numbers. It's quite like now I'm like, oh my god, episode 100. Like, I didn't really. By the way, hello. I've just suddenly, fallen into a stream of consciousness. But yeah, episode 100 is coming. Prepare yourself. Like for a while, I was like, didn't really think about it at all, and then some people were like, "Are you gonna do anything?" And I was like, "Well, other than the show, I guess just do the show." But now I've got some ideas going, so I can confirm it's locked in. Episode 100 of Locking It Down with Lucy is gonna be on the 16th of June. Let me just double check my calendar because I can't do next week's show. But so yes, so that means that that doesn't make any sense. Yes, wait, yeah, because the second will be 98, the 99th will be on the 9th, and then the 16th, episode 100. Book your day off work, lock up your daughters so that you can come and watch Locking It Down with Lucy live. I've got quite a few things that I'm going to prep for the show and do some different things to really make a day of it. I mean an evening, whatever. So yeah, it'll be good to see you all there. So yeah, put it in your Google Calendar. I live and die by my Google Calendar. So hello, let's see who we have in the chat today. Lock up your daughter. No, I think that's from, what is it in Vice City? Lock up your daughters. Yeah, maybe it's shoot your sons. And then it goes, Dad! Because Love Fist is coming to town. Girls are going crazy. They're really been when Love Fist is not around. So let's see who we have in the chat today. It's good to say hello to your faces on another fine Thursday evening. It's Lucy versus football again today. Says, who said that? I just saw that come up. Yes, Lucy versus sports again, says Jamie. Maybe I should do some sports on the channel. Well, actually, I have sometimes. I did a bit of ping pong once. And then we can really show who's who. Maybe one day I'll just show up in the sports game like, hello. That'll be quite fun. So we have Jamie in the chat. Hello. Tara's saying hi. Fly Highlander is saying David Tennant. We will get on to David Tennant soon. Actually, you're not even saying David Tennant. You're saying, well, you're saying something about David Tennant, but spelt slightly differently. We've got Steve Like a Fox here. We got Dusty B70. Now I'm just worried that someone's going to be like, Lucy, you know that June 16th is when like the super duper football of the year match is happening. And I'll be like, oh, great. Well, we'll see what happens then. We got Chris J saying hello. We got PS3 Gaming Scotland says, hey, everybody. Welsh Wazza is looking at the poll. The poll today is a little deep, but there's a reason for it. But I just couldn't put the reason for it in the name of the YouTube title because it was too long. So the poll, everybody, to get a little deep tonight we're getting deep with Lucy. No, don't get deep with me. It's okay. I retract that statement. If you could erase someone from your memories forever, would you? Now, I ask this question because I did watch at the weekend for the very first time, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, which I will talk about later in the show because I have a lot of feelings about this. I'd never ever seen it before, decided to watch it as I was feeling in the Jim Carrey mood and it was on Netflix and people had always talked about it, so I did so. So yeah, that's what made me prompt this poll because I did think about it for a while. I want to talk about this more when we get into the meat and bones of it later, so that's to come later. We got Robert War saying hello. Pashtani says hello. Fabio says hello. Jay Baker says hello. Diddle-oo-doo. Hello. Anyone remember that from back in the day? Oh, that's a throwback. Let's see. Oh, Cleghorn Kid says the podcast with Platinum Bro is really good. I love it when you guys team me up. Because yes, that is part of the housekeeping today, everybody. A few items on the agenda. Firstly, I would like to say thank you, everybody, that tuned in at the weekend to my Horizon Forbidden West stream while I was ill, grumpy, and it was a Moody XP stream. I'm glad that some people enjoy Moody XP. I hate Moody XP. She's like the worst of me. The problem is, I'm just moody. The problem is I'm just moody, and I just probably have to embrace that side of myself. But moody isn't a good word. But I'm glad that you guys make me feel less terrible about that side of me when it arises. So yeah, no, and I just can't really play that game. I will play it and I will platinum it at some point. I've just got to do it. Many people do things that they don't want to do. This is just one of the things that I have to. I don't want to take the bin out. Also, I don't really know how to make the bin not smell. I have many life lessons to learn, but I take the bin out. but like the carcass of the bin still smells. And I'm like, bro, I took the bin out. What's your problem? So yeah, thanks everyone who tuned into that. Of course, the Platinum Bro, if you didn't know, if you've been living under a rock, the Platinum Bro podcast features myself, Adam McDermott, Guy Fruski, and of course Lewis. Well, both of them are the hosts. It's a live, well, I say it's live, it's pre-recorded, but we're there in person, so you can go and check that out. It's on his channel now. Don't run away from the show, everybody. You can watch it afterwards. I'll tee up a clip here for you guys. Let's go to the screen capture quickly. Here it is. Look at us. We're all in person, all right? And this is them mocking me about Agretzko. So yeah. Do check that out later on if you are so inclined. I thought that was it was a fun time. I've been watching it myself because I was like, I want to remember how it all went down. So there you go. That's something to save for later. But save that for later. So there's that. And tomorrow, as a special to lead on from that, I also filmed a vlog of what happened when we met up. So that's coming out tomorrow at 7. So if you want to see what happened before and after the podcast was filmed, then you can check that out. Cheeky little vlog. I do enjoy making a vlog. It's quite fun when you've got like the creative juices flowing. They're longer to make and require more dedication, but it reminds me why I enjoy editing, because it's it's like your creative vibes. But yeah, at the same time, it is like it's effort. Well, that was the good thing about being ill at the weekend, was that I literally couldn't do anything or go anywhere, and I was like, well, this is it. I'm just gonna make a video because that's what I do. So let's see who else is here. We have Jay Baker is now saying bonjour. Bonjour, je m'appelle Lucy, je suis anglais. There we go. Sam Jones says, first time here, found you through Platinum Bro, sure will be fun. Oh, welcome. Thanks, everybody. Hopefully you'll have a good time. We don't have to have a good time. Wait. No, no one wants to say it. You don't want to say, welcome to my house. We don't have to have a good time. We can have a great time. That was one of the things that me and Adam were doing, like an idea on the train up there. And I don't know, there was a weird joke about, hey, I'm Lucy, looking for a good time. And then I realised that was a bad thing to say. So, yeah, But yeah, hopefully you do have a great time. People are saying fantastic film to Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, which we will get to. And yes, Trigger Happy TV. I used to watch that after dark sometimes when I wasn't allowed. Jose is saying, I love the Moody XP alter ego. I feel like Rudy XP, that's when I get a little bit, what's the word? Rowdy. Yeah. Then I've got so many sides. There's Boozy, which will be coming up next week, because next week is Sync Week. Sync Week rhymes with Drink Week. So I will be not here because I'll be out syncing with all my co-workers. And I have a top here. Flex modes. Backwards compatibility. This is a top that I helped design for work. So I didn't actually make these images, but these are the different flex modes that our company is in, aka PlayStation. So our team is in collab mode. So 1 week in the year that's specified by the company, we all come in and we collab, like So Solid Crew, but times like 300. Marketing comes together and says, see you on the fourth floor, see you on the fourth floor. So yeah, I helped, I helped put this top together, flex modes, PlayStation, and then on the back, I don't want to destroy everything. How can we help? That's very Rob Van Dam. One of a kind! Oh gosh, I'm just wrecking the shot. So yeah, sorry, I'll be syncing and you'll have to, not literally. But I might have a video for you guys in the meantime, in between time. Paul says, yo. And Mikhail says, hi Lucy, hi everyone from Switzerland. Hello. I see so many cool faces to see today. Hi. I saw someone that I wanted to shout out. Aimless Mess says, erase bug. Joke. I like saying joke very seriously. KRPTV says, good evening, Lucy. Sense of Reality says, it's a brilliant film. I'm looking forward to chatting about it with you guys then. So what is coming up on the show today? So we have, of course, the highlights and alerts of the week. That's the part of the show where you tell me what's been going on and we can all talk about it, pick each other up if you're down, clap each other on the back if you're up. Good times. Then we want to talk about some name topics, or one of them, which is a topic that is near and dear to my heart, which is the Doctor Who news, which has made, so exciting. I'll try and put a pin in it because I have so much to say. Then, there's a trophy list that I want us to explore together. How exciting. Then, of course, the review of Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. There will be spoilers and non-spoilers. And then at the end of the show, for the Lockdown Showdown, yes, there will be a A Star Wars quiz for you and me to enjoy. Now, I've not watched Star Wars. This quiz that I've got on this piece of paper here is brought to you by PlayStation on May the 4th. I realised May the 4th was a long time ago, but May the 4th doesn't mean anything to me. It's just a day. It's just a day. But I have an actual quiz here, so I'm going to try and answer these questions, and you also can answer the questions. You'll probably get it right, but we can see how good is my Star Wars knowledge, having not watched any Star Wars. All right, here we go. Let's get into this. Let's do this thing. Episode 97. What am I drinking? I forgot to go to the shop, everybody, I'm afraid. I was like thinking in my head, I need to go to the shop and get a drink on the way home, and I just got home and totally forgot. So I've just got squash, which is this blackcurrant squash with water. 1/3 squash, 3/3 water. Drink your water. Let's have a taste. Did I get the consistency right? Our survey says yes. To be fair, I'm at work and I'm eating work out of house and home. Like, I eat just too much trash when I'm there. Oh God, it's really bad. Like, I'm just like, hello, I'm here again for my snack, please. Just eat everything. Right, so Star Wars, let's go. Lucy, why don't you watch Star Wars? It's only 6 films, exactly. What am I doing with my life? It's only 6 films. I just feel like the moment has passed. Okay, Fly Highland says, does anyone have the clip of when Lucy found out about David Tennant? I do. I have the clip, so stay tuned for that. Right, let's begin. Let's begin with the highlights and lowlights of the week. Let me know what's going on in your life. Fabio is saying squash. What is that? I feel like this is an English thing, potentially, that people don't drink squash. Squash. How do you describe squash? It's juice, but you need to dilute it with water. So, like, it's very highly concentrated flavour. So you pour about this much into your glass, and then the rest of it is water. And then you get a flavoursome, watery drink. And the one I've got is, I think it's blackcurrant. Or is it, like, pink grapefruit? See, cordial was slightly different. Cordial's a bit thicker, a bit classier. Yes, that's it. Robert Waugh's got it. It's concentrated fruit juice that you dilute. In America, I think they call squash tennis. Potentially. Right, let's see. We've got some highlights and lowlights coming in. Chris J saying, my highlight this week was that Liverpool won the FA Cup. I'll be happy too because my brother supports Liverpool, and so do a couple of my friends. So that meant that my brother had a good weekend. Hooray, Liverpool! I'll try and be more happy next time. Jamie says, highlight Lego Star Wars Skywalker Collection. Finally got patched so I can actually finish it now. Oh, wow. Rich Gamer is saying, highlight got the plat for Nino Kuni 2. That's a long game. Congratulations. And Mayo 3. Nice, I like that. 2 ends of the spectrum there. KRPTV says, Lowlight was last Friday. Friday, what does it all mean? Friday the 13th. Yeah, it was Friday the 13th. A bird decided to poo on my car window. Wah, wah, wah. I've been pooed on, everybody. We've all been pooed on. Well, maybe you haven't. It's meant to be lucky anyway. I got pooed on my shoulder. Luckily, I was wearing a hoodie. So it was at work, unfortunately. So I had to like shuffle back to work and try and like wash that off. But I think that's my only bird poo experience that I've had, was poop on the shoulder. Aimless Mess is saying, highlight seeing Breaking Benjamin and Seether on Saturday. Whoa, that's such a good combo of bands to see on the same day. Let me see. First Breaking Benjamin song that comes to my head. Firefly, won't you shine your light? First Seether song that comes to my head. Who's to know if your soul don't fade at all? That's Fake It if you're out of direction. Wow, that is good. I hope you have a great time. I'm a little bit jealous. I'm a little bit jealous today. What is that song? Sometimes I listen to so much music now, everybody. I feel like so confused. Like the musical doodle of my brain is like, blah, 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 and sometimes songs just come out of my mouth, but I don't really know what they are because I just listen to them. I don't take note of what it is. I don't look it up and read it, but certain songs come up again in certain playlists. It's a real affliction. Jamie says, Lowlight, I found out my dad's best mate's Labrador that I had for 18 years had a heart condition, is going to die in a few weeks. No, that's so sad. Labradors are the best as well. Well, hopefully the Labrador has a great time. Well, Labrador still has, but that's really sad. I'm sorry to hear that. Jose is saying, I'm drinking a limited edition Pixel Coke. You can really taste the pixels. They're very acidic. What? What does that even mean? Taste the pixels. That's weird. Highlight from Robert Ward says, bought Destiny again on PS4 to play with a friend after I spent 2,700 hours on it on Xbox. Wow. Destiny. The one plat that has eluded me. One day. It'll never happen. Now, I say one day, but I think it's too late. Maybe it could be done. I don't know. They said it can never be done. Who knows? Megaport Chop Express says, highlight of the week, finally got my £150 council tax energy rebate. I got that too, and I was like, yeah, good times. Oh, this is an interesting name. Demonoid Phenom, I think, Phenomenon, maybe. I got my PS5 this week, and the delivery man called me Gareth instead of Gareth. I gave him a tip for the reference. Do you say anything about calibrating? Like, thanks, I'm just going to calibrate. Or, not right now, Shepard. Oh, the Mass Effect news as well that I heard. I was like, sounds interesting what could be happening in the Mass Effect universe. So what's mine? So my lowlight of the week was being ill, because being ill sucks, which meant I couldn't really do anything at the weekend because no one wants to be near you in the new world. I was pretty down in the dumps about being ill. I was like, because I wasn't like bedridden ill. I was just irritatingly ill in terms of like, it was just like having an irritating thing that's just gonna like annoy you. Like I wasn't crawling out of bed dying. Whoa! The notes almost fell and destroyed all of the liquids. Notes, behave. The notes now just appear on the notebook. It's much easier to store them when they're in notebook form. I used to have to like rip them out and stick them on. Stay notes, stay. So yeah, I was pretty bummed out about that because it's like I only had a little sniffle, a little bit of a but of course I get it. It's the new world, but it's also weird that it's sometimes seen as a criminal offence now to leave your house when slightly under the weather. That's the thing. There's being ill, and then there's having the sniffles or feeling slightly under the weather. I would say I was slightly under the weather, but, you know, whatever. So that was sad, which meant I had to watch Eurovision alone for the first time in all my existence. A lonely Eurovision. But Eurovision was quite good. That's actually one of my highlights was Eurovision was actually exciting. The UK was actually good. So that was pretty cool. More on that in a bit. And what's my other highlight? Oh, yeah! I decided to book a couple of events to go to on a whim. So I've booked tickets to go to Clash at the Castle in Wales, in Cardiff, in the UK, in the solar system. What's our solar system called? What is our solar system called? The Milky Way. That's our galaxy. I've just forgotten. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to go and see the first pay-per-view, the first wrestling pay-per-view in the UK since like 1992 or something. Only problem is I've got the tickets. I'm not really sure yet how I'm going to get there. Well, obviously a train. But there's like problems with the hotels. There's like no hotels and stuff. So I don't think as well I can go back home on the same day because... Jamie's correct me. There's not been a pay-per-view since 2003. My apologies. I was thinking about SummerSlam, which is a big deal. Insurrection or whatever it's called, not a big deal. No offense. So yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out all the transport stuff and all that. It's going to be interesting. Did Eurovision really cause loads of COVID cases? Did it? That's awkward. Oh dear. It's just our solar system. Oh, okay. So yeah, I did that. So I've got to get that together. That's in September. And then I also decided to book myself going to a gig. I decided to book tickets to A Day to Remember. I don't know what happened to me. I think I was just feeling a bit blue because there was like so much like work. I was ill and I don't know. I just can't stop spending money. I've got a problem. I went to Sainsbury's and bought just so much food. And now I've got this chocolate that I can't stop eating. I don't know. I've got real problems over here. So I was like, I'm just going to buy tickets to see a band. Let's see what bands come into town. I saw Day to Remember was coming. I was like, doing it, buying it. It's going to be good. So that's good. I'm excited to have some things in the horizon coming up that I'm going to do. But I probably need to check myself before I wreck myself in the bank account department. So yeah, that's all my highlights and lowlights of this week. Let's see if we've got some others going on. Pash Sunny says, low light coming home to much colder weather. That is the worst when that happens. Mikhail says, highlight, I got the Dark Souls 3 Platinum after 5 years. That's so good. Congratulations. I would love to get that Platinum. Did you farm the Covenant stuff, like legit? I'm not going to, like, if you didn't do it, that's fine. I'm just curious because it just seems like too Well, I guess you did if it took 5 years, because I really want that platinum, but I also want to live my life. It's my life. And I feel like the grinding that it's asking you to do is just too much. Like, when does trophy hunting just compromise too much of your real life? I probably would have done it legit if it was 10 years ago and I just didn't have anything to do or any responsibilities. But I'm sorry, I can't always be legit. If you're asking too much of my time, one day I'll be dead. And you want people to stand around my grave being like, man, so Lucy, that was pretty cool that she spent like 60 hours farming vertebrae backbreakers. What a dude, right? I know. Shame she missed all our major family events for that, but whatevs. I want people to be regaling the stories, or maybe having a fight EastEnders style. Either way, if someone wants to have like a bit of a punch up and roll about in my grave, all up for it. I would talk about my grave a lot, as someone once said. I think that's in one of the Lucy quotes. We haven't done a Lucy quote in ages. Maybe I need to resurrect the Lucy quotes. Highlight says, Jose, been playing Bugsnax this week and really loving it. Yes, big ups to Bugsnax. Dusty is saying, highlight the thunderstorm last night. I slept through the thunderstorm because I put my noise-cancelling headphones on to not hear what was happening upstairs. And I slept beautifully. So there we go. Robert was saying, I've done Dark Souls 3 100% twice now. Wow. That's a lot. Oh, Mikhail's come back. I got all of the rings plus 3 from a friend, so playthrough 2 legit, and fun with 5 years, 3 tries. Damn, see, I've got a friend, Thomas, who sometimes is like, hey, Lucy, I can just drop you the items you need. And I'm like, Thomas, it's too much. It's like tearing me apart. The guilt that potentially be like, but I can drop them for you. And so yeah, it's a torture thing. I'm not really sure. So I also want to talk about Eurovision quickly because, as you know, if you've been watching the show, once a year we talk about Eurovision. Big Eurovision fan. This year we had Sam Ryder with Spaceman. Now, I'm big on making sure that I go into Eurovision blind. I don't want to hear the songs before. I want it to be the first listening of the best, and then I make up my own decision of what was good. And I don't want to be biased. Like, normally you've got to, you got to give your own team a bit of love. So each year I'll be like, okay, it's fine, it was good. But this year I actually legitimately thought that ours was the best. And it was good to see that a lot of people also, well, the judges, I suppose, thought that our song was the best song. Now, the way I see a good song is like when you're watching that, clip of all of the songs where you've got 7 seconds snippet of your song. It's got to be the one that has a catchy 7-second hook that you remember. And I thought our one did have that catchiness. But other than that, I liked Spain. Spain was pretty good. That would have been my next favourite, I think. But it was just so exciting. This is clip of the week, everybody. So I wanted to show you. The voting system is the bit where normally each year I just zone out. Because I'm like, oh, well, this is the bit where we get no points or 1 point, blah, blah. So it was like the most exciting thing to get some points. So now they do a thing where the judges all vote. So the judge was like, and now 12 points goes to United Kingdom. And I'm like, yeah! I can't believe this. This is so exciting. So then after everyone's done their votes, we're like good margin top. And I'm like, oh my God, this is history. I thought never ever in my lifetime would I see this. Even though we did win in 1997, but I don't remember watching in 1997. I was 6? So what was I? No, yeah, I was 6. So this was the first time I can recall us doing super good, other than when Blue got 11th. Shout out to Blue. So then the next part of the voting happens. And this is the bit now where it's like the votes from the audience, the fans, the people watching at home. And they go through country by country and say how many points each country got. So this is what happened as I'm watching the voting. This is clip of the week. Okay, it's happening.
People shouting out 6 points. Oh, they got some. Excellent. No one tonight is having a fake last year. No one is going at home with no points.
It's going to take a while.
To Romania.
I've even put my phone onto airplane mode because I'm worried that I'm behind and someone might spoil the result for me.
The public has given you
Still got a while to go.
53 points.
Pretty decent.
We don't give him a cheer.
The public has given you
200 points for Serbia in the hand washing.
Putting him in the lead.
Oh no!
And Ukraine, the
public has given you.
That's a big bunch of points. Where does that put me? Oh, wait, I gotta...
Well, answer that question, yes. The viewers did respond to...
Oh no, is this impossible?
That was a huge leap forward.
Amazing.
That is more than a leap. That is
That
an
may be
enormous jump.
unassailable.
Putting
But
Ukraine
whatever happens
in
tonight,
first
ladies and
place.
gentlemen,
6
Sam
times
Margot's done a
after
brilliant job.
Russia.
And we are,
The
for the
over
first
312
time in over 10 years, on the left-hand side of the scoreboard.
I mean, you can't really do much about that, can you? Can't argue with that logic.
Sweden. The
Okay.
time has come.
My God.
The public vote for you is coming right now.
Oh, fucking hell. This is...
Sweden, you get
Ah.
180 points.
Okay, that's not...
That is shocking.
I've lost faith, I've lost faith.
Hand by hand.
Who will be the winner of the Eurovision
Sending
Song
so much
Contest
love to that man.
2022? So, are you ready?
Lowest by his side.
This is like a once in a lifetime. I don't know if we'd do this again.
Has received
It's gonna be something like 50 points. I bet it's gonna be really disappointing. I knew it.
He did so
That's...
unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen.
You can't argue with it.
We've got second
But it's
place
sad that that's what happened.
in the Eurovision Song Contest 2022. This is our...
What can you do? What can you do? But it was fun nonetheless. It was a fun ride to be like, oh my God, we're actually getting some points. But that said, I don't think Ukraine's song was bad, actually. I think that's a good Eurovision song. It was catchy. It's got that twist of like a song that even now I've seen it in my head, like, da, 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 da. So I'm like, it has stuff to it. It's got an interesting mix of like, modern stuff with the, representing its country and stuff. So I thought, fair dues. Well done, Ukraine. Good stuff. And I also do think as well that Eurovision, not to get all sappy, but they say it all the time, Eurovision is about love and unity and coming together. And I think that was the best way of proving that point, is that all of us rallying together to support Ukraine, to be like, yeah, we see you, we want to help and all of that stuff. So I think that that's the true meaning of Eurovision, showed up. And so fair play. Well done. And Sam Ryder, you did it. You did us proud. Can't wait to get nil point next time. Yes, Graham Norton, what a legend. He was definitely. I almost felt like writing into that. I'm watching Eurovision by myself, Graham Norton, and it feels like you're here with me, like a friend. I don't know what that accent was. Maybe I should divert from that. But in other news, everybody, it's time to talk about the thing that I'm excited. I don't know if anyone even cares about Eurovision. I just sort of skipped through the chat. I think people are just talking about Terry Wogan. Wogan was great. Yeah. He was great. The British artist looked like Jesus. But yes, I want to talk about, as Fly Highland is saying, Doctor Who. Doctor Who! Now, for those of you who don't know, I don't talk about Doctor Who that much. I don't think I do. But it's like a real big thing in my life. Like, if I was to ever get a tattoo, it would be something Doctor Who related, I think. It's like deep ingrained in my heart. I just love it so much. So this week, for those of you that don't know, there was some big Doctor Who news on the scene. Now, I used to watch Doctor Who as a kid. I used to watch some of the classic stuff, and then I watched it, when Christopher Eccleston was the Doctor, David Tennant became the Doctor. Became my first love. That sounds a little extreme, but it's true. I mean, being a teenage girl, it's a time, all right? It's a time of your life. I was on the David Tennant, the official David Tennant forum. One of the proudest moments of my photoshopping life was designing the David Tennant official forum banner that they used on their site. I've got it somewhere because I was like, they were like, oh, can you make something? And I did. I loved forums. Anyone else just a big forum person? I used to be on mainly the David Tennant forum a lot, but I used to go on like gaming forums and stuff. I liked how it was a bit more of like a chill experience, probably a bit more like Discord, I guess, in terms of you write your message and you bounce and you come back and leave later. So the DT fangirls, I was a DT fangirl. On the 10th of 10th, 2010, we all stood in the garden and squeed. So, where were you, 10? I was in my garden squeeing. Whatever. Squeeing was a thing, trust. So anyway, back to Doctor Who. So David Tennant is my favourite Doctor. Matt Smith's second favourite Doctor, can't disrespect. Russell T Davies was an error, okay? So for those of you that don't know, for those of you who don't care, I'm sorry, you're going to have to listen. But Russell T Davies is coming back. RTD, the man himself, is coming back to do the next series of Doctor Who. Next year is the 60th anniversary of Doctor Who, and everyone was like, what is going to happen? What is going to be the 60th episode of Doctor Who? Now this year, it's the 100th anniversary of the BBC. So Jodie Whittaker is going to regenerate. I don't know who in. Well, we do know who into actually. What do we? So that's going to be a big episode. Apparently, it's like an hour and a half long. And then no offense to Jodie, like her time was fine, but it didn't really feel like the Doctor Who that I knew. Like when Stephen Moffat took over from Rusty Davies, he kept that Doctor Who feel, but it just totally was lost with Chris Chibnall. I didn't really feel like the characters were that deep. The stories were pretty naff, in my opinion. So I'm hearing that Rusty Davies is coming back. I'm like, yes, we're going to get some stories. I was already on a hype. Then we got the new Doctor announced, Ncuti Gatwa, I think his name is. That sounds cool. I've never seen him in anything, but I think that's a good thing to see what happens. But my sister, Imogen, she was like big into this announcement because she has watched Sex Education. But the thing is, everyone was like, as soon as the announcement of the new Doctor came, everyone was like, Lucy, what do you think about the new Doctor? I've given up on thinking or caring anything about the new Doctor. And that's not to say I don't care, but I just don't think it really matters anymore. When I didn't really know about Christopher Eccleston. He was announced the Doctor. I was like, cool. David Tennant announced the Doctor. I hated it. I was like, what are you talking about? No, he's not the Doctor. Then what happened? Matt Smith cast the Doctor. What does Lucy do? She hates it. Oh, this guy can't be the Doctor. He's too young. I hate it. What happens? Actually, I really love Matt Smith, and he's my second favourite Doctor. Next person's announced. Peter Capaldi is announced as the Doctor. What does Lucy do? Oh, I hate it. What's going on? I don't like it. Where? What happens? Actually, I think he's a really good, decent Doctor. I like how I said good, decent. I think he was a good Doctor with some really good... He actually has some of my favourite episodes ever. Jodie Whittaker's announced as the Doctor. I don't like it. Blah, 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 blah. What happens? It's fine. So what's the moral of the story? I hate it always, but it's always okay most of the time. So I've just given up not caring, but there's no point. There's no point hating it or loving it. I'm just going to watch it and take it for what it is, and I'm sure it'll be fine because Russell T Davies, I trust him. Anyway, that's a tangent. So we know this news. Then all of a sudden, we get the surprise news about what is going to happen on the 60th anniversary special. And ladies and gentlemen, I know you're out there. You're watching your Marvel. You're watching your Doctor Strange. You're watching your Spider-Man. You're like, the metaverse. Look what all the Spider-Mans hang out. I'll tell you what happened in 1970-something. The Doctors all met up. It's called the Three Doctors. Watch it. All the Three Doctors coming together and they take on Omega and they connect. Was it? They contact. And they took on the antibody things. Yeah. Then in 1970... No, wait, that doesn't make any sense. There was another episode, the 50th, no, not the 50th, the 25th anniversary, the Five Doctors, all the Five Doctors came and they went to the Gallifrey Death Zone. They did a thing. The Doctors are always hanging out with each other and meeting each other. So we knew the anniversary special. There's always something happening on a Doctor Who anniversary special. What was it going to be? What's the new Doctor going to show up? Seems unlikely, would be difficult. But 1983, thank you, Fly Highland, keep me honest. So, what did I find out at the weekend live on stream, no less? Let's take it to the clip. I did do the settings where, Lucy, I just saw that David Tennant and Catherine Tate are coming back. No, is this legit news, Thomas? Hang on, sorry, we interrupt this Horizon Forbidden. You're not having me on, are you? Because this is like the best news ever. I'm going on Twitter because that's where any logical person goes to find all their up-to-date news feed. My dad was like, you don't watch the news, you blinking twit. That's why. If it was going to be anywhere, it'd be on... Oh, Twitter says no, Thomas. No, it's not. How can it be real? Are you serious? No. Hang on, hang on. Wait, I'm at a loss for words. Right, let's look together, everybody. Let's look together, because I can't believe. I don't believe it. Is it this? No, so it's not that. That. Okay, right. I want to be excited. BBC News. Doctor Who. It's not anywhere. They're talking. Ah! I found it. Oh my god. No. They're back. David Tennant, Catherine Tate return to Doctor Who. But how? Why? What? Read more. Do you know why? It's because I blocked Doctor Who. Look at this. Because I found Doctor Who very annoying on. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. There we are. You have muted tweets because they would just tweet stuff all the time. Oh my god. Page not found. Why? Is this April Fool's? What's going on? You can't mess with my emote. The link is not working. What? They're back. One of the most loved. Yeah, but then. Wait, I'm like reading but not reading at all. I've realised they're filming scenes that air on. Yeah, the Doctor Donna. What? But how? How can this be possible? So they're back, and it's impossible. First, we announce the new Doctor and an old Doctor along the wonderful Donna. What earth's happening? The only thing I could confess is going to two of our greatest stars. Yeah, but how? I keep saying the same things because I'm like so giddy. I loved David Tennant and Catherine Tate just as individuals. Look at their faces. Look at them. Yeah, but how? Sorry, I checked the Doctor Who after Peak Five Fishes. What? Oh, you checked out. Sorry, I'm like, what? It's real. Oh my god. Imagine if I'd been joking, I'd be banned for your whole life. Banned from life, my life. Wow, it must be a one-off for the anniversary. Well, it's saying, you can see this, right? Oh my god, I'm going to have to text my brother. Wow. I don't know how I feel. I mean, I'm excited, yes, because this is like fantastic news, but I'm also like, how is it going to work? What? Wow. Okay, let's go back to playing video games because that's what we're here for. Everyone's checked out with the Doctor Who news, but I'm like, what? Wow. So even looking at it now, I was like, look at the news, look at it. So I'm so excited for this. David Tennant, Catherine Tate, the Doctor Donna is a combo. And the 60th anniversary, I can't wait to see what's going to happen. I can't wait to see how it's going to be. I just want to fast forward the next year and a half of my life because I need to watch this. I can't believe 10 years has already gone past. Now, the 50th anniversary is my favourite Doctor Who episode of all the times. David Tennant, Matt Smith. So how will this compare? Oh, I can't wait. Now, I should go. No, I need to now go on Doctor Who Blacklist because I can see already here's David Tennant filming, here's Catherine Tate here, Bernard Cribbin's on set. This is it now. I'm drawing a line. I don't want to see anything else. YouTube knows that I love Doctor Who and they keep showing me this and I have to keep clicking not interested because I hate being spoiled, all right? Spoilers, sweetie. I don't want to know anything more. I'm good with my knowledge base. I want to watch it with fresh new eyes and just be like, hopefully, wowed. Oh, I'm booking it in my calendar. I'm not going out on the 23rd of November, whatever. It's probably be somewhere around 23rd of November, 2023. Oh my God, it's so exciting. Like, it's literally the happiest thing. Like, man, now I'm going to be extra vigilant always when I'm crossing the street and stuff. You don't want to get run over and miss the 60th anniversary. I used to think that sometimes. Let's not go there. That's a little dark. Let's move on. Let's see what the chat is saying. Right, if you live in London, you could go see them filming. I'm always in London, except that I'm always just in the office in London. But maybe I could see it. I don't even know what I would do. Like, if I saw David Tennant, I don't know if I'd have the courage to say anything. I'd just be like, like, you know how I am already, but I'd be extra like, oh my God, you're the best, oh my God. I'd probably have that. I just don't know. I just don't know if I could even handle it. Can you handle it? I just don't know. I'm too excited just even thinking about it. Like, I think I'd just be like, It's too much. It's too much. You would get a restraining order. Hey, I would try and be like chill, but at the same time, I'd just be like so excited because like this is like the David Essex for my mum. I don't know what that really means, but she loved David Essex. So, and she met him once, and so did Imogen. So yeah. They were in Camden. Oh, okay. I wasn't anywhere near Camden. Super Salmon saying I was at the 50th anniversary convention in London, had 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 11th Doctors all walk past me. That is so cool. I love Doctors so much. It's like one of the things that just makes me so just happy. Anyway, that's a lot. That's a lot. I might just explode here at the thought of how much happiness that this is bringing me. So yeah, it's exciting. David Essex met your mum. Is there a video of that? There's a picture of when it happened. Have you ever met anyone famous, Lucy? Well, Nolan North I met. I saw John Barrowman in Cardiff filming Torchwood. That was pretty cool. We got his autograph, well, Imogen got his autograph for us. But other than that, I don't really meet famous people. Like, I'm not really sure. Okay, here's a conversation. Comic cons. It's something I've not really done, and I don't really know how I feel about it. For instance, like, let's say there was a Doctor Who Comic Con. I don't know, has anyone been to Comic Cons? Have you done the whole, like, picture and autograph thing? Because my friend, shout out to Ben, he's big into them. He went to the wrestling one recently and met, like, a bunch of wrestlers and got their photographs and their photographs. Yeah, that is a word. Photographs and their autographs. And he said it was a great time. I just don't know. Like, if there was a Doctor Who one and there was like, you could pay, this happens obviously. I've seen people on Twitter, you pay to have a picture with David Tennant and Catherine Tate. Like, I'd be in the line. I just don't know. Is it the experience that I want? Like, yeah, it'd be cool to have a picture of me and David Tennant. But is it just like a weird token thing? Like, I want to meet him, but not in this weird sort of fake environment where I'm in a queue lining up. I've paid to line up to spend, 5 seconds to take this picture. And the thing is, I know that this picture, I'm terrible at pictures in the sense of like, I gurn. If I know, like, so I'd get to David Tennant, I'm like, oh my God, hi. Like, maybe not that weird, that makes it sound really creepy, but I'd be like, hi. Now, that's just the thing, like, I meet David Tennant, all right? Oh my God, my mind's going wild. Do I want a serious picture where we go? I think I would just be so happy that I would look like crazy happy that I wouldn't be able to like just normally smile and be like, I'd be like, it would just be too awkward. And so then, but also, do I want to be like cool and have like, hey, can we do like a cool doctor and like, and then would I hate my face? Because I feel like I would probably like, instead of, in my mind, I look like this. But in reality, I'm probably going, and then I'm like, what? Why did I do that? And then the picture would come out and I'm like, oh, I should have just smiled. Like, oh. And then do you even get to like meet them properly? Because then it's like this awkward like rush, like, oh, hi, thanks, by the way, I really like you. It's like, yeah, I've heard that a billion times. Like, I don't know. It's something about it feels weird to me. I don't know. I'd rather it just be some kind of like chill meet or whatever. So has anyone else done these Comic-Con experiences? What are your thoughts? What are your takeaways from them? Because I just don't know, because they're expensive, and does it feel like a worthwhile experience to meet this person and you have like a couple of seconds to talk to them? Like, I'm a big fan of Chris Jericho, and he said that he did one once where he was lining up to meet what's his name? The guy that he was a big fan of, Ricky Steamboat, that's it. So he was queuing up to meet Ricky Steamboat, who was his favourite wrestler. And in the queue, everyone's like, oh, what question are you going to ask him? And he just like didn't have a question. He was like, oh no, I better ask him a question when I get the thing. And so when he goes up to him and goes, how tall are you? Or how much do you weigh? Something like that, because he just couldn't really think of anything. So yeah, I feel like the same thing. I'm like, maybe I'd do one of those things where I go to the panel like, hi guys, big fan. My name's Lucy here. I love you and Doctor Who. My question is for David Tennant. Tell me, what's your favourite episode of Doctor Who? And he's like, oh, ask me a different question. I've been asked that a billion times. Anyway, right. I'm going to read. I want to hear some of the Comic-Con stories that you guys have. Doesn't have to be Doctor Who related. Can be, I know the Marvel peeps are big into, meeting the people. Let's have a look. Flyhan was saying, nice to see celebrities, but it's a bit of a take on the big ones are always hidden. I'm like, I paid £40 to get here to see celebrities and then they hide them away. See, that's what I'm worried about. It just won't feel like a fulfilling experience. PS3 Gaming says, yeah, Comic-Con's brilliant, Lucy. Fabio says, I have some celebrities' autographs, but I've never been to a Comic-Con. Orange Juice Man says David Tennant's best thing he's ever done is the Nativity 2, and no one will change. I'm guessing you. Chris J is saying there's been some celebs, mostly musicians lately, who won't take pictures with fans. They prefer chatting instead. Okay, yeah. So that's what I think. Like, if I saw someone in the street, would I be like, hey, can I get a picture? Or could I just talk? I think I would prefer to just talk. I'd be happy with talking. Supper Salmon says if you blink or something, they normally retake it. Oh, okay, that's all right then. Fly Hannah saying you can watch videos on YouTube of the experience. You get like 2 minutes with the celebrities or so. The organizer's fault. There's one of Matt Smith talking to a young aspiring actress. Oh, okay. Lucy uses her smouldering look. I see. I would love to do a like Doctor and Rose. Like that would be my I don't know. And then I'd have like a just. So I've just always wanted to be the Doctor's companion. I hope he would pick me if I was real. If he was real, I am real. This is not a deep fake. I am a real person. They take several pictures, different poses and faces. Oh, do they? Okay, that's good to know. Steve Like a Fox saying I met my favorite musician Andy McKee in a work setting. It was embarrassing for him. Though I fanboyed. It was super nice though. Oh, okay. Wait, hang on. The spammers are here. The spammers are here. Let's get them. Let's get them. They're thirsty for David Tennant too. I hope he never sees this. I feel awkward on his behalf now that I've been so like crazed. Why can't I stop them? Stop the spammers. Put the user in a timeout. There we go. Time them out. Jitty Kitty says if you ever get to see John Barrowman, man at Comic Con, do it. The man is amazing and super hilarious in person. Also, his panels are a must see. Okay. Supper Sam was saying Peter Capaldi was great when I met him. We did the fake Doctor Who poster picture. The older doctors are more than happy to talk to you as they have shorter queues. See, I'd be well into talking to any of the doctors. I'd always be happy to meet any doctor. Oh, man. Maybe I should. Mum, the spammers are here again. The spammers! Anyway, that's all I have to say about Doctor Who right now. Shall we move on? Because I feel like I'm just talking to myself, making myself happy. Let's move on to the movie review of the week. I don't know, I kind of got into a stretch of watching films. Hang on, let's just, before we get into this, take a sip. Because people at the top of the show were excited for me to talk about this film. So, at the weekend, as I was ill, I was feeling like, not really feeling playing the PlayStation. So I'm still playing Persona 5 Royal, but I'm struggling a bit in the Shido Palace. It's just so incredibly long, this palace. It's not that I'm not enjoying it, but I just kind of want to get through this palace now, and it's just taking too long. I'm struggling. I'm in Struggle Town a bit in this game. I might need to play something else on the side. This is the problem. After a while, I love a game, and I feel like I've had my fill of it for a bit, and I need to find something else. So I was in the mood to watch a film, and it's one of the ones that have been on my radar for a while. Everyone talks about how good Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. It's got such a long title. And so I was kind of feeling a Jim Carrey movie because Sonic and stuff. And it was on Netflix, so I thought, let's give it a shot. I didn't really know much about it. All I knew was, okay, so we're going to start off non-spoiler. And hopefully this isn't a spoiler to say, but it's about the pulse today. In a world where you can erase people or, I don't know, memories from your mind and you just forget them. Like, they just don't exist anymore. It's like a surgery, not really a surgery, but it's a weird thing. They just look at your brain or whatever and they just remove all those memories of said person. And most people do it for an ex. Some people in the film, it's showing them they're doing it for dogs or whatever. And I thought this was an interesting concept. So I was like, oh, let's check it out. So I didn't really know. So the film has Jim Carrey in it and Kate Winslet, which I thought was an interesting combo. I haven't watched a Kate Winslet film ever other than Titanic. What else does she do? I don't really know any other films that she's in, really. But I also just want to say that Jim Carrey is very underrated. Well, I'm not sure if I'm just saying rubbish because I don't really watch movies. But I think he's always very underrated or forgotten as like a serious actor. Like, when he does serious roles, he brings it. Like, yeah, we all know the funny Jim Carrey, like The Mask and Bruce Almighty and Ace Ventura, Pet Detective and all that. But I also really like him in like The Truman Show. And in this movie, like, he plays, and I even watched The Number 23 way back in time. He can play a straight character really well. Carrey is an amazing actor. And I always remember that whenever I watch, his films. I'm like, yeah. But people, he's funny. He's a funny dude. But he's also good at acting. She was in Contagion. Yeah, I never watched Contagion. So yeah, the film is about these two meeting, and I don't know, maybe should I put the spoiler hand up now? It has some very interesting concepts that I kind of just want to get into it. So I'm sorry, hopefully most people have watched it, because I'm going to put the spoiler hand up because I just really want to talk about it. But for those of you who haven't watched it, I will say it's definitely a good watch. It has interesting themes and topics. It's well portrayed, like, because it's all about the mind. And I think the way that they have filmed, you know, processing memories and emotions whilst, you know, because your mind is a weird place, right? When you have dreams, weird things happen but it makes sense in the realms of a dream or how your mind constructs things. And that's portrayed really well in this film, I feel like. Strange things are happening, but it makes sense because it's his mind trying to make sense of what's happening to him. It's also really funny as well. Like, it's a deep, dark, depressing subject matter, but there's also a lot of fun things to have. And then there's the ending as well, which is very interesting, leaves you thinking about what might happen next, what should have happened, what could have happened, stuff like that, which it did leave me, it left me in a very pensive state at the end. I went to bed feeling deep inward thoughts about so that's what prompted the poll today. So the poll, everybody, is if you could erase someone from your memories forever, would you? Let's do a quick check-in. So 64% of you say yes, and 36% of you said no. So I started off watching the film, and I immediately thought, yes, I want to do this. There'd definitely be some people who I thought, yes, that would be good to get rid of them. But then as the film went on, I kind of came around to the idea that I don't think that is a good idea to erase said people. Like, yeah, the memories may be bad, but there's also good memories that you had that you, like, yeah, at the time, like, it's sad overall, and then maybe it wasn't great, but there's things that this person may have helped you achieve, or like that you found out about yourself or stuff, and they also had good memories attached to them too. So it'd be a shame to lose all of that as well. That sense of you, it's really interesting. I'm going to throw the spoiler hand up because I think we need to get into it. Hang on. Everybody prepare yourself. When this spoiler hand goes up, the spoilers go out. Right. Let's get into it then. Sounds like the film itself changed your mind. The film did change my mind. Okay, so at the beginning of the film, we're seeing Jim Carrey. He wakes up in the morning, he's going to go to work, and he decides to just bunk off work, you know? I felt like, I wish I could just bunk off work like this, but I feel a terrible duty to work that it probably would never happen. Anyway, he bunks off work, and then he meets this girl, he goes to somewhere else, and they kind of chat on the train and whatever, and they sort of have, I don't know, they kind of get on, but they don't really know why. It feels a little bit weird, and then it's like, oh, da, da, da. And he's like, yeah, cool. And he drops her off, and he goes back home. And how does it start to go into what happened? I can't quite remember, because this is like what happened in the beginning of the film, but then somehow it rewinds back to what happened the day before. Anyway, so in the world where you can just choose to erase the memories of someone in your mind, so it starts to go back so you can see the day. So like it starts off with the day before, like what made him go and, you know, decide to erase his girlfriend, Clementine. So he actually met Clementine. So that's how the film begins. This is a terrible analogy. I'm still trying to work it out in my mind. Maybe I don't need to go through the plot as intrinsically as I'm trying to do. So what the film made me think, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, by the way, is the film. What the film made me realize is the way it goes through the sequence of events is it shows, like, you know, the day before, like him wanting to erase his girlfriend because she erased him first. She doesn't remember him because she had this process done to her. So he's like, right, well, fine, I'm going to have it done to me. So I don't remember you either. And so as he goes home, he goes to bed, and like the people come and they do something to his mind. They've got to like find all the memories and erase them. So it seems like the way that the erasing process works is it starts with like your most recent memories. So of course, the most recent memories he has of her are the ones where they're fighting and they're arguing and stuff. So that's like the bad memories. And those are the memories you want to erase because you're like, you like this person. Sorry, I still have a bit of a chesty thing going on from my cold. So apologies. Anyway, So yeah, it's erasing all those bad memories because they're the most recent ones, and you see why certain things happened to him on his day after you like forgot her, that are things that are falling, have fallen out with them. But as time is going on, you're going back in time, the memories are getting less sad, and the memories are actually more about when they did have good times and things they enjoyed to do together. And he starts to realize that maybe he doesn't want to forget her because she was a great person. And I was like, that's true, actually. If I went back in time for all the memories that I had with certain people, you probably would start to be like, oh my God, yeah, I forgot. But again, is that a good thing? Or because obviously, of course, if you're remembering good memories, they are going to feel good going back to those moments and remembering them again. So he decides anyway in his mind, as things are all sort of happening, that he doesn't want to forget her. And so he's going to try everything in his will to remember her and fight back against the process that's happening. Now, whilst this is all happening to him, he's in bed, by the way, and these like people, the Hulk comes by, and what's his name from Lord of the Rings come by, and they're the technicians that are working on his brain. And it's quite funny having this stuff because there's like, they have their own sub-story of them having to do the process, and it's literally just sitting around at a computer at night waiting for, the sleep process to be done, and they slowly pick parts of the memories on the map and delete them. But they're just like fucking about. They're like, oh, sure, it's fine. We'll just like smoke weed and drink and have a party and whatever while this guy's sleeping. They're like jumping on his bed and stuff, which is really funny, which is why I think, like, whilst the concept is kind of dark, there's so much humor in it. But in that bit, and of course, Jim Carrey and Kate Winslet are just funny with, the things that they do together as the part of the film. So yeah, so he's like trying to like fight back from having the process done to him. And so eventually the two technicians are like, oh, something's gone wrong here. He's like missing off the map. So he's like trying to hold on to these memories of Clementine. But, as things go on, she's like getting further and further away. He's like trying to go back to weird memories of childhood to like keep her and everything. Now, this is something that I thought while watching the movie, was that your memories are fake. Everybody knows that. I think the human mind is like, memories and stuff is a really interesting concept anyway. Your memories of events are not exactly what happened. Like, you can only remember what is your perspective or of what happened, sort of thing. So while I was watching the movie, I was also kind of thinking, like, we're learning about this character, Clementine, through his experiences of her. Like, you don't actually ever really meet her properly. There's a few times in the movie that you do, but because he liked her, he probably had this like skewed opinion, memories, thoughts of what she was like. Like, when you like somebody, you see their best qualities, you see the things that you really like about them, and the things that you don't so much, you sort of see past, or you know what I'm saying? Like, so I was also thinking like that. How the positive memories of the person comes back, and you just see them for all the things that you liked them about. So yeah, he's trying to keep it. In the end, there's like, there's a really cool sequence where they go back to the first time that they met. Like, can you imagine like feeling all these feelings again for the first time? I was like, wow, this is so interesting. And when the first time they met, and they're like, oh, and they go to this house, and then he leaves, and she's like, what would have happened if you'd stayed? And he's like, I can't. This is the memory. And so he does actually go back, and she says to him, like, meet me in Talk or something. I don't know where they went. So he psychologically, like, puts a little thing in his mind so that he can desperately hold on to her. Now, meanwhile, the subplot, I think, is really interesting because Kirsten dumps MJ. Is it Dunst or Durst? I don't know. MJ from Spider-Man, she's there. And she's got, like, this crush on, like, the head surgeon dude. And then she, like, comes on to him. And he's like, no, we can't do this. The wife rocks up. And the wife's like, oh, no. And he's like, sorry. And she's like, no, it's all me. And then she's like, the wife's kind of like, you haven't told her, have you? And the guy's like, what? Well, and then Kirsten is like, what do you mean? He made her have the memory surgery on him because they did have an affair. And I was like, oh, that's deep. And it was kind of like, oh yeah, before you do it, you record a tape of why it's happened, so you know that you did say you wanted to do this, that have this happen to you. And I was like, that's a good twist, because that's someone that was probably coerced into doing this, and she was doomed to make the same mistake again. Like, and that's why I thought it was super interesting, and that's why I think it was interesting to have that subplot, because she had forgotten that this had happened, and therefore she never learnt from her mistakes, so therefore she couldn't move on. Like, and that's what made me think, like, that's what made me also retract my memory about this, because if you do erase the memory of the person, then are you doomed to repeat the same thing that happens before? Because if she had retained the memory of having this affair with this guy, then she could have moved on with her life. She could have quit her job or whatever and, you know, gone back, you know, got away from him, and that wouldn't have happened. But when did she get this mind erasing happen? How much more of her life did she kind of waste because she liked this guy again, not realizing that she already did like this guy and the same thing was going to happen again? So I thought that was a really interesting subplot that happened there. So eventually what happens with Jim Carrey, he wakes up the next day, and the next day is the first day that we saw. Oh my God, oh yeah, there's that weird plot where that guy, who's also one of the brain technicians, wants to try and like seduce Clementine using Jim Carrey's character, who I can't remember his name, his words and the things that he was saying. And it's like, it's a weird thing because it's reminded me a bit like Groundhog Day as well, in a sense of like, he knows everything that she likes already, like, but he hasn't earned that. Like, you have to hang out with somebody and learn what they like and don't like, and then it organically sort of like happens. But when, you know, you meet someone and they know everything about you almost, and they're like, here, I know you like this thing, it's a bit, whoa, like, I didn't realize that you knew that I liked that. It doesn't feel, is this making any sense? I feel like I'm having some kind of like open therapy session right here. But yeah, that person coming to you with the thing that you like, or it doesn't, yeah, I would say it doesn't feel earned, it doesn't feel genuine, because you haven't made that connection with that person to know that, oh, that's cool. This is very interesting. I'm getting really into socialism tips from Lucy right here. So that was a weird thing. So he's also trying to fight for the fact that he's hearing all of this happening. Like when you're half asleep and you wake up and you hear things happening, Jim Carrey's character can hear. So he knows that this guy is like being a bit weird and trying to like do some, like, you know, get Clem. Yeah, it's like cheating. It's weird. So anyway, as I was saying, the next day, Jim Carrey wakes up, and that's the day that he feels like quitting his job, and he gets extra train, and he goes to that place, because the place that he goes to was subconsciously the place that he planted in his mind when he was sleeping, and that's where he meets Clem again. And, you know, they meet up the next day, and they're like having a laugh or whatever, forgetting that they had like already met, because both of them had forgot that they'd forgotten each other. And then they find the tapes, because Kirsten's character, the secretary, she was so upset about this happening to her, she thought that everybody needs to know that this has happened to them, so she sends out everyone's tapes back to them so they can listen. So they're like, oh, listen to this tape, and the tape's like, yeah, I hate Joel, his name Joel, that's it, I hate Joel, he's really annoying, blah, blah, blah. And then they realise from listening to their tapes that they were together, and that it didn't work, like they fell out, and so they're like, oh, I should go, yeah, this is wrong. So the end of the movie, we finally got there, everybody. I think I had to talk out the whole plot so that I could think about it and understand it and really digest what happened. The end of the plot is she walks away and he follows her and says, no, wait, stop. I really like you. Can we try it? But they're like, no, we shouldn't, because we know that we'll fall out, like it's gonna happen. But he still wants to, and I can't remember if they decide to both give it a go. I think maybe they do, and then that's how it ends. So it's kind of like, are they doomed to repeat? Like, will they have this great time that they like each other, and then they'll, you know, the same thing will happen again. The cycle will continue. They'll see what they don't like in each other and fall out, or can they make a go at it and change? Can they change the future? Can they learn? Because they could both listen to their tapes, I guess, and find out what it is they don't like about each other. And then, you know, figure it out from there, because now they can be more accepting of each other's faults or whatever, and maybe work on themselves. God, this is getting deep. So I just thought, I don't know, my takeaway, I guess it's just the thing, like, are you a pessimist, or like the glass half full or the glass half empty? I kind of hope that they could try again. I don't know what the right thing to do is, because is it a waste of time? Like, imagine that they do get back together and they have like 3, I don't know how long they were together for, a year and a half or whatever. They have a great year and a half, and then again it all falls apart. Is that a waste of that year and a half where they could have just moved on with their lives? Can they really change? I don't know. This is, I thought it was so interesting, because I find, yeah, stuff about memory and whatever really interesting. So my takeaway from the film, yes, the cinematography was so great. Like the bit in the house where it's all crumbling apart while he's like desperately trying to remember what's going on, and it's all just weird and mushed together. It's so good. So my takeaway is like, was interesting because I started the film thinking like, oh yes, absolutely, I'd want to erase somebody, and but by the end of it, I was like, actually, I think you shouldn't erase people because having those experiences, good or bad, is what shapes your future and hopefully helps you like make better decisions in the future. I would hope, because if you just erase them, then you never knew the mistakes you made or what happened, and then maybe you can never really move on. Wow, we're getting deep here on Locking It Down with Lucy. I want to read some of your thoughts on the film. So again, I found it very interesting, very introspective, clearly, that made me think about myself a lot. And yeah, whether you would want to, I don't know, it'd be interesting to have that happen and to go through the memories would feel so raw. I think that's kind of the harsh thing about the process. I get, so the process goes backwards, as I said, from like, you know, what happened most recently to the end. Now, what would happen if the memories went forwards? So I think that's the hardest part. Like while you're asleep, all the good things are the last things you remember, and then they're gone. Now, if the process was the other way, where you start off with how you met, then it'd be great. But by the time you get to the end of the process, you're having the arguments and you're breaking up or whatever, then you're like, oh, yeah, get rid of this person. And that's what I thought the real tragedy of the process is. You remember at the heart of it while you still like the person, and then they're gone. Sad times. Let's have a look at the chat. Fat Broccoli 8 is saying Jim Carrey is so underrated as a serious actor. Agreed. Steve Like a Fox saying she was way too impulsive, hence why she did it first, and that's what attracted him to her in the first place. See, exactly. What are other people saying? Just sort of having a bit of a scroll through. Fat Broccoli again is saying, that's interesting. I never thought of it that way. I love finding different ways to view the same film, so might watch it again with that in mind. Oh, I can't remember what I said, but I'm glad that I was able to give a different perspective on that. Kristen, so is it Kristen Dunst? That's it, right? Steve Like a Fox, that was dark. Ollie is saying, hello, the podcast was ace. I'm glad you liked it. That's a little bit of a side note. What's BBV? I don't know what that is. Chris is saying I'm too sober for this. I'll have to watch it again. It's been like 10 years. I do enjoy watching these films for the first time. Iron Man, The Power says hi. Hi. Ding. Jose saying, would you say they make a good couple? I don't know. They're kind of opposites, aren't they? I don't know, because he kind of like didn't want to do stuff, not in a bad way, but, you know, maybe he's a little bit, you know, introverted or whatever. And she's very impulsive, as Steve said earlier. So she was like coaxing him to do stuff. So I don't know, maybe that was a good thing, but also a bad thing. But obviously, clearly they did get on. But maybe if neither of them, like, if she was never willing to like tone down the impulsiveness, and he was never willing to like, you know, really trust, then how could it ever really go forward, I guess? I don't know. Fat Broccoli, about her just being his memory most of the time. Yeah, that's what, because I did think that, you know, you have skewed memories of people. You don't really remember everything correctly. So that's what I was also thinking as well. Do we need the spoiler hand now? Okay, I'll take the spoiler hand. Down. The spoiler hand is down. Neither friend nor enemy, or neither enemy nor friend says, hey Lucy, just wanted to say your Last of Us Grounded tips helped me get my platinum. Okay, oh, glad, thanks. What? Oh, okay. Jose saying you should watch The Science of Sleep, same director, same vibes, all about dreams. It's fantastic. Okay, maybe I'll put that on my to watch later. M says, if something hurts, then it means it mattered. I want pain to matter, so no, I would not want to forget. Yeah, exactly. It's deep, isn't it? Fly Highlander says, I think it depends on the situation and the person, to be honest. There are two types of pain. Yeah, two kinds of pain. The sort of pain that makes you strong, or useless pain. The sort of pain that's only suffering. Gosh, wow. Mega Pork Chop expresses, I'm in the mood to watch Total Recall 999 now. Mega Pork Chop expresses that he enjoyed my movie review, so I hope you enjoyed this one. Because this is what I was like, I wasn't actually going to talk about this film, and then I thought, I saw your comment. I was like, maybe I'll talk about it then. Yeah, it does make you think about your own life experiences Opposites can be a good thing, can be good together as long as they communicate well and support each other. PK Mio is saying, have you seen the game starring Michael Douglas? I haven't seen many films. I've got a lot to work on. Speaking on films I haven't seen, I think it is time to do the Star Wars quiz. Now, yes, everybody, let's bring the mood up. Bring the mood up, everybody. It's Star Wars time. So, yeah, everybody, just a disclaimer. I have not watched Star Wars. Leave if this offends you, and I apologize. Mike says, yo. Mike's probably just done the thing where, you know, Grandpa Simpson walks in, puts his hat on the thing, and then walks back out again, because I said that. So, why have I never watched Star Wars, people said? It just never has been in front of my eyeballs at a time when I was sitting in front of the TV, and it's never really been a thing that I could be asked to watch. There's so much of it as well that it's like, oh, when am I going to watch it? I don't know if I really care at this point. There are no prizes. This is just for fun. We're just playing for fun. So earlier this month, it was May the 4th, and at the canteen at work, they printed out this Star Wars quiz. It's a real quiz, everybody. I don't want to give away the questions, but there it is. May the 4th be with you, bar night quiz. So I wanted to do this quiz with all of you. Amos Mess, it offends me. And let's see how many of these questions I know right. So I'm going to answer the questions first, and then you guys, well, I guess you'll answer it anyway because you're on a time limit, so it's fine. So let's see how many, does anyone want to predict how many questions I will get right on this quiz? There's 10 questions, and then we can work out. So the answers, so if I get 0 to 2 correct, I'm Jar Jar Binks. I don't know what that is. If I get 3 to 5 correct, I'm a Padawan. Isn't a Padawan a new person? Like, you know, a rising star, like a student. A Padawan is a student. I think I know that. 6 to 8 correct. I'm Lando Calrissian. I'm guessing he's like some gunslinger or something. Sounds like a gunslinger. Maybe he's like some famed person in the Star Wars universe. And if you get 9 to 10 correct, you're a Jedi Master. Now, I think I know what a Jedi Master is. That's when you've, like, mastered the Force and whatnot, and you're, like, the man. You're, like, the one, or whatever. Okay, 10 out of 10. It's our current... If it's our culture, I see why not. I don't think I'm... Oh, Fat Broccoli saying I'm going to get 2 right. Chaz D is saying I'm going to get 2 right. Robert War is saying I'm going to get 2 right. I'm guessing that they're going to get harder and harder as the questions go on. Right, let's begin with the Star Wars quiz. In a galaxy far, far away, there was one girl who had never seen Star Wars. Now, she's going to take on the biggest quiz, the biggest challenge of all time. Does she know Star Wars? Maybe the Force be with her, and we'll find out. See, I feel like I know stuff, because Star Wars is such like a cultural like touch point. You know, oh, one knows something. Yoda, ovs. He says things backwards. Help, save me, Obi-Wan. You're my only hope. That kind of thing. I know a few things. Right, question number 1. In Star Wars, what do they call the invisible power that binds the galaxy together? Surely that's the Force. Surely that's got to be question number 1. In Star Wars, what do they call the invisible power that binds the galaxy together? Am I correct, everybody? Maybe you could be the quiz master for once. You could tell me. Chris J saying the Force. Yes, so I got 1 right. 1 point for Lucy. Doing well. I don't have the answers, by the way, so we just have to answer ourselves. People seem to all be saying the Force. It's not magic. It's not Harry Potter, Fly Island. Question number 2. Oh, God, I have no idea, but I'm going to try and answer them. What is the name of Yoda's home? Now, I'm going to say it's going to be something interesting. I'm going to say it's called Adio. Aloy. Adoy. I'm going to say Adoy. Because Yoda says things backwards, so I feel like they would do a thing where they would spell Yoda's name backwards in order to, you know, give that, okay, clearly I'm wrong. People are saying Dagobah, Lucy makes up word, and Space Wizards. Okay, so the answer is Dagobah. Thank you, there's logic to that. There is. See, I know a thing or two. All right, so everyone in the chat's got 2 out of 10. I've still got 1 out of 10. All right, question number 3. Who is the bounty hunter who catches Han Solo? Hans Christian Andersen. Who is the bounty hunter that catches Han Solo? I'm going to say Lando Ricketts. No, I'm going to say Lando Calrissian because I don't know any other characters. Who is the bounty? Oh, Boba Fett. Doesn't Boba Fett wear like a green tin sort of helmet or something? I don't know. People seem to think Boba Fett's funny. Well, that's all I know. I'm not sure if he's funny, but okay. Maybe I need to think about this a bit more. Boba Fett. I have heard of these people. The Mandalorian. Is that Boba Fett? No, that's the book of Boba Fett. All right. Good work, chat. Good work, chat. Okay, question number 4 for me. I've still 1 point. I feel like maybe I'm not going to get any more points at all. What is the name of Han Solo's ship? Oh, that's not the Millennium Falcon. What's the other one? The Galactic... I'm going to call it the... No, the Death Star's the bad one. So there's the Death Star, there's the Millennium Falcon, and then there's... I'm just going to call it the Squadron. I don't know, I'm just thinking of Jedi Star Wars. No! Was it the Millennium Falcon? Can I take it back? Can I say I got the Millennium Falcon? It's like I just thought that was like a big ship that just existed. Like, I don't know, that big place that everyone goes to in the Avengers in the sky. Okay. What's the name of Han Solo's ship? It's the Millennium Falcon, everybody. Bing! 2 out of 2 points for me. Okay, cool. All right. Question. Oh, it's a spoiler, everybody. Spoilers me. Question number 5. How old is Yoda when he dies? I'm going to say 1,257. 1,257 is when Yoda dies. No, we can take the final answer. You talked yourself out of the answer. I just didn't know. I just clearly didn't know the answer. Oh, only 950. Oh, no. See, we're getting into harder questions now. People don't know the answers. 900, 1,747. Very old. Does anyone know the actual answer? Are you guys Star Wars fans? Maybe I should be counting your points. So far, you've got 4 out of... Yeah, I've got 2 out of 10. You've got 4 out of 10. Oh, I don't know exactly. What did Yoda say when he got a new TV? HDMI. What? What's the HDMI? I'm not sure. When 900 years look good as lot as you not. Oh, wait, hang on. Is this when 900 years old are you look as good you will not? What the fuck does that mean? He says that he is 900 in Return of the Jedi. 900, 950. Okay, we'll just accept your answers. Older than any human. All right, question number 6. What species is Yabba? He's a Hutt. Because he's Yabba the Hutt, right? Because he's like... I think I know that one. He's a Hutt. He's 900. Okay, we're going to say 900. Lots of people are saying 900. But so what is Yabba? Yabba's... I think I remember seeing him recently at a... not recently. Yes, he is a Hutt! Yes! Oh. Is it Yabba? Jabba? Oh, Yabba. Yabba the Hutt. I'm getting these points. Jabba. Oh, Jabba. Jabba the Hutt. Jorba. Is that it? Jorba the Hutt. That's hard. That's a hard one to say. Bomwa monk. What are people saying? People are just speaking different languages now. That's good for never seeing it. It's just because it's like, you know, osmosis. People talk about it all the time around you. And I went to the Waxwork Museum and he was there like going blah, blah, blah. He's like a big sort of slug thing, right? Jabba. Okay. Question number 7. C-3PO is fluent in how many languages? How many languages are there? C-3PO is fluent in how many languages? Well, there must be space language, surely. How many languages are there in the world? There's a lot of languages in the world. It's like 100, over 100 something. So I'm going to say C-3PO is fluent in 350 languages, okay? Because, I don't know. Oh my God, 6 million. 6 million languages. Oh, is everyone just putting my leg on Jabba the Hutt? The call you Jabba the Hutt. What the hell is over 300? I was close to 300, but people are saying 6 million. I just have to take your word for it because I don't actually know what's going on. 6 million forms of communication. Okay, I think we'll go with that. Oh, someone with a quote. Yes, I was right. I am fluent in over 6 million forms of communication. That's how I think that he talks. He's like a little robot. I know what he looks like. He's like that little robot that's white and blue. Okay, I'm familiar with that. All right, question number 8. Who is Luke and Leia's mother? I don't know. Trina Walker? I actually have no idea. For the longest time as well, I thought they got together, Luke and Leia. But then someone was like, oh no, they're actually brother and sister. And I was like, don't they kiss? That was very confusing to me. That's not how he talks, Lucy. Lucy, a British person, does C-3PO with a... Oh, is it actually British? I am fluent in over 6 million forms of communication. That's my British computer voice. I sound like... Not Siri. Siri is American, is Siri... No, yeah, Siri's American. I'm sorry, that's not quite right. I am fluent in over 6 million forms of communication. I don't know why I have to speak it like that. Okay. Padme is Luke and Leia's mother, apparently. Darth Vader's girl. If I was your girlfriend. Really? I never thought about Darth Vader getting it on with someone, but I suppose he had to if he was Luke's father. But that visual never crossed my mind. Never thought about Darth Vader getting jiggy with it. I want Lucy's voice in my GPS. What, do you want that voice or this voice? Turn right. If I was a GPS, I'd never let you down. I'd lead you all the right ways and all the way through town. At the end of the road, turn right. At the roundabout, take the 3rd exit. I can't think of what else a GPS says. You have reached your destination. There we go. That's how I'd be a GPS. Imagine the Moody Lucy GPS. Oh, for God's sake. At the end of the road, turn right. That's probably what it would be. Take a U-turn. Make a U-turn. Oh, anyway. Darth Vader knocking boots. You got some big boots as well. Padme. Okay, that's how you say it. Padme Amidala. Okay. Lucy, I can actually hook up an AI in your voice if you wanted to. Let me know. For real. What do you mean? I can actually... That's weird. I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favourite shop on the Citadel. Like that? Is that what's going to happen? That sounds like a deviant robot from Detroit. Lucy, we have to pass the driver's exam first. Ouch, that's a sore subject. Pronounce Padme. Padme. Oh, Padme. This is also an exercise in pronunciation. Okay, next question. Question number 9. What is the substance that powers the lightsabers? Well, it can't be the Force again. What is the power? What is the substance that powers the lightsabers? I don't know, nuclear energy or something? Or some kind of star power? I actually have no idea what Padme. Okay, Padme is their parents. Okay, Fly Highland's coming in with Cyber Crystal or Kyber Crystal, a crystal. This is how simultaneously my highlight and lowlight of the week is aimless mess. Cyber crystals. Is it actually cyber? No. Yeah. Or is it Kyber crystals? Can someone check me, please? I'm guessing they're trying to be cool with a K because everything with a K is cooler. I would say that K is a letter I quite enjoy. So if I was going to be cool and have so let's pretend I became an actor and I had to go to Equity. I would be Lucy K. Reed or something because like Sato Kaba from Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know what that is. Lucy will be an expert at this now. Cyber. Kaba. What? How do you... K is for kite. K is also for cat. K is for cyber. Lucy would prefer to Doctor Who quiz instead. I don't know. I can do a thing where I make text-to-speak program with any person's voice. That's freaky, but kind of scary as well. Okay, question number 10. How many points do I have? Do I have 3 points? I think I have 3 points. All right, you ready for the final question? How many engines does the X-Wing fighter have? 12. 12, I'm saying. The X-Wing fighter has 12 engines. K is for kite. K is for Kyber. Kyber! Is it Kyber crystals? I'll never get this. I'll never. Carry up the Kaiba. We need to have an edition where you try to pronounce Yu-Gi-Oh characters. K is 4 engines. 1/3 of that. Oh man, it only has 4 engines. What kind of a ship is this? I thought it was cool because it was the X-Wing. Bet the Millennium Falcon has about 50 engines because it's massive. Well, there we go. That ends the May the 4th bar quiz. I think I got 3 questions right, which means that I'm Padawan. I am a Padawan. Sensei? No. Jedi? No. What's the... Padawin? No, what's it when you're... Like, if you're the Padawan, who's the person that's teaching you? Not the sensei. They've got their own word, haven't they? When you're... So you can pronounce Pokemon, but not Star Wars. The shape of an X, Lucy. Now imagine a ship designed like an X. Oh, it only has 4 engines. The Jedi Master, of course. Thank you, the Master. So what did you guys get? You didn't get them all right. Let's be honest here. You must have got 6 to 8, or maybe 9 to 8. So you're either Lando. Who is Lando Calrissian? Who's Lando Calrissian? And what does he do for a living? I'll tell you what he does. Lando Calrissian. He's actually a bartender. No, he can't be a bartender because bartender's lame. Like, he's got to be cool if he's 6 out of 8. He is like a rebel that goes around. That sounds like Han Solo's character, who's also like a bit of a rebel. Maybe he's just like some kind of cool guardian or something that looks after things because he knows a lot. Hey, maybe he's like the headmaster of the Force. Maybe he's like Dumbledore. He's Star Wars answer to Dumbledore, everybody. He knows a lot. Actually, no, the Star Wars answer to Dumbledore is Yoda. So maybe he's like Snape. Oh, he could be like Snape. But who's Kylo Ren? Kylo Ren, he looks a bit like Snape. I'm just going to shut up because I don't know what I'm talking about. But there you go. Proof that these questions were real. And that wraps up what is happening on today's edition of Locking It Down with Lucy. The Senate. Robert says he got 10 out of 10. Lando is Han Solo's mate. Oh, okay, they besties. Like Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Cool. Having a bestie is cool. Right, well, that was fun. You're killing me, Lucy. Dumbledore of the Force. I don't know what's going on. I feel like maybe I might just never... Space Pirate. I might just never watch Star Wars unless I have some overbearing person in my life that makes me watch it. And I'm like, oh, God. I just don't know if I have it in my heart to like any more space. I like Mass Effect. I like Doctor Who. The end. So, well, there we go. I hope you enjoyed that edition of Locking It Down with Lucy. Before we go, let us close the poll. In the poll, I asked you to look deep into yourself and decide if you could erase someone from your memories forever. Would you? You got a couple of seconds to make a mark on the poll if you've yet to vote, because I'm about to close the poll in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The poll ends now. Oh yeah, there's also Star Trek as well. How can we forget? Everything's going on. So if you could erase someone from your memories from forever, what if you could erase from your memory someone forever? Would you? 66% of you said yes. 33% of you said no. The poll was 146 votes. Thank you all for watching. I would definitely not erase, even though I kind of feel like I would want to. I think the best option is to not, so that I could learn from my mistakes. Thank you all for watching. I wish I could erase all my memories. I'm sure many of you want me to erase what just happened from your memories. My poor Star Wars knowledge. Well, there we go. That wraps up another edition of Locking It Down with Lucy. Thank you so much for hanging out and spending time. I hope you all have wonderful weekends. Once again, unfortunately, I am unable to do the show next week because I am at Sync Week. I'm syncing up with people. I'm going to be Boozy Lucy. I might have a video that got put up otherwise, but if not, I will see you the week after. Do not forget to check out the Platinum podcast with myself, Adam McDermott, Joel, and Lewis. Tomorrow there is the vlog on the channel, so keep it locked to find that out. And put it in your calendars because the 16th of June is going to be when Locking It Down with Lucy, episode 100 is going to be. Hopefully it's going to be a good time. I'm looking forward to hopefully putting some things together. I need to sit down and plan it. No stream this weekend because I actually have some plans. I've got a funeral and a birthday party. So 2 different things I have to do this weekend. So there we go. Have a wonderful time. Thank you everybody for tuning in. May the force be with you and also with you. Amen. Go in peace. R.I.P. All right. See you guys on the flip side. Bye. Oh, blur. Unblur me.